welcome our guests today, the Slants. They are an Asian dance rock band from Portland, Oregon. They were formed in 2006, and their music is a cacophony of melodic rock intricacy tempered by darker dance themes with anthemic choruses and shattering hooks, such as they're similar to The Faint or Depeche Mode, Daft Punk, and Joy Division, except of course with an Asian spin. So if we could go ahead and introduce you guys.
I'm Alex, the drummer.
I'm Jen Cho, I play keyboard.
Simon Young, play bass.
Yeah, I'm Aaron, I sing.
I'm Michael, I also play keyboards.
Welcome to the show this morning, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Our first question we have is, you guys are most of you guys are Asian American musicians, right? And so your band is called the Slants. So we want to know why you call yourselves the Slants, and your new album is called Slanted Eyes, Slanted Hearts, and why did you choose that, and
Sure.
what's the history behind that?
Well, we got slanted eyes.
There is something we have in common as Asian people.
I do.
And the reaction actually has been pretty positive, especially by those in the Asian community. Most people find it kind of amusing. What we try and do is take on these stereotypes that people have about us, and we own them, saying, hey, you know what, we're actually proud of being Asian. We're not ashamed, we're not going to hide the fact. And we think that there's actually something great in it.
Oh, there's a lot of greatness in being an Asian person. What's nice about the band is that it's different cultures, different ethnicities represented. Philippines, Vietnam, Japan, China, Taiwan, Korea. Thanks, Jin Cho. I was going to get there, I promise.
Put it on the bottom.
That wasn't in order of importance, I promise. Oh, and Vietnam.
You're right.
So yeah, I mean,
And Korea.
all of us getting together and celebrating the fact that we have stereotypes are real and that we own them and that we like to just bond together and be one instead of all different. Even though the culture is different in each individual country and whatnot, it's beautiful.
Thanks. I'd like to encourage listeners to call in. The phone number is 503-231-8187. Please do call in and ask these guys questions. This is your opportunity to chat with the Slants. Our next question is, can you guys tell us a little bit about your backgrounds and why you started the band, like how you became involved? I know some of you guys are newer than others, so as much history or information.
Sure. I started having the idea for the band a couple years ago when I was thinking I wanted to do something with an Asian theme. In 2006, around the fall or so, I started putting out a bunch of ads, and I had a really hard time finding Asian musicians. In fact, I had mainly responses from people who weren't Asian calling me and asking me to be in the band. One of them ended up being Michael, and although I kind of refused everybody else, I decided to work with Michael because he's extraordinarily talented. He's got a great ear for production, and because he just sat there and begged me and just kept saying, I wish I was Asian.
Oh man, that's totally not true.
ABA, right? Asian by Association?
How about everyone else?
Who was next, Simon? Was it Michael, right?
After Michael, Pete joined in because they've been friends for a really long time, and Michael likes to sneak him into everything that he does. And then when we were looking for a singer after we wrote a few of the songs, Jen Cho tried out, and that's how she kind of came aboard.
I am not a vocalist. I'll be the first to admit that. I'm not a main vocalist. But I wanted to be in the band, and I always saw an ad for Asian singers. So I figured I'd give it a try. I play keyboards, and after auditioning a couple times for the vocal position, we were all kind of like, well, you play keyboards, right? Why don't you do that? And I was like, yes, that's what I wanted to do in the first place. So I was pretty stoked about that, and I've been really happy about things and branching out now, helping make A-Rock sound pretty.
I need some help with that. I came in and saw the ad as well, and when I see something with Asian flavor like that, I was very excited to be part of that. I wanted to be part of that. I auditioned and paid them $100 each, and they accepted me into the band. The bride works. And
I
here I'm
didn't pay
here.
anything.
You didn't pay anything? Oh,
But you weren't in the band at the time.
This is true.
How about you?
Well, I joined as a drummer after I found an ad in the Portland Mercury, and I actually circled it back in April, and every week I'd be like, oh, I'm going to try for the Slants. Then the week would pass by and said, I'm going to try out for the Slants. The third week came by and I was like, well, they got a drummer. And then I happened to audition for another band and for a backup singer. And, well, actually, she became our backup singer eventually. And so I agreed to meet her in McMenamins. And who walks into the door? It's Michael. And I said, why don't you audition for my band too? And he said, what band is that? Oh, the Slants. I was like, oh, okay. I guess it was meant to be. And so we all started crying there. It's a beautiful moment.
And Michael, did you want to share anything about your involvement?
Yeah, I answered the ad in November, and Simon and I pretty much just started working together in my bedroom and writing music and looking for Aaron and Jen. Branched out from there.
Well, you guys are very unique because you've developed the kind of Yakuza characters or personas, and we kind of want to know a little bit more about that. So, because some bands don't typically have characters, and so why did you guys choose to develop those characters? And can you tell us a little bit about, who you guys are as?
Sure. Well, we're all huge fans of John Woo and a lot of Hong Kong cinema, and originally we wanted, Takashi. We wanted to do something to kind of pay tribute to these awesome Asian directors that are relatively, well, what I think is underappreciated. So we kind of started doing this theme, and we thought it'd be kind of a fun way to do it, make ourselves look more tough and cool. We really are.
We need help.
Really, we're all 6 feet tall and, sport tattoos all over the place. Actually, that's just Aaron.
So we don't actually encourage any organized crime or anything like that, but we do enjoy movies about them.
So are these characters kind of like your guys' alter egos, or is it like, how did you guys develop these characters?
I think I ended up writing the stories for everybody. Like, as far as if you go to the website, slants.com, you'll see biographies for each person. And we decided to weave it together into this story. And a lot of it's kind of based half in truth, half in fiction. And I guess kind of takes on our personalities a little bit.
Mostly fiction. Let's be honest.
There's some truth in there.
You want to tell us a little bit about that story?
It basically says how each of us grew up in different streets of Asia. Like, I was born in Hong Kong and raised there and ran up the triads, but actually wasn't. My dad was born in Hong Kong, though.
I was actually born in Saigon, and I was raised on the mean streets of Astoria, Oregon.
Well, see, there's mean streets.
I was in a kind of a gang in Astoria, one-person Asian gang, because there wasn't a lot of us there. So that did help.
Take you all on.
And I, of course, honed my skills as an assassin in the huge suburb of Fremont.
Simon, what's my persona? What did you write for me?
Alex is actually in the import-export.
Let's just leave it at that. Yeah.
Well, let me encourage listeners to go ahead and give us a call. The phone number again is 503-231-8187. We really want to hear from you. Why don't we go ahead and go to your first song? Can you guys tell us a little bit about the Sakura Sakura? Do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about the meaning or who's behind that song?
Sakura Sakura is actually a traditional Japanese song played with
Koto.
the koto instruments. I took the lyrics, I wrote the lyrics with that, kind of the stereotype of when I was a kid. I was chased around sometimes by people and they would say Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these. And to look at these, they would pull their eyes back like slanted eyes. And so I took that kind of hateful rhyme as a kid and put it into the lyrics of this song so we could own it and have it to ours, that's more powerful now instead of racist or whatnot. So that's the whole song of that, the chorus, and we'll hear it.
Thanks.